All right, here we go. Woo! Wow. Wow. Oh, we got 2 people in the chat. Awesome. That's twice as many as one person. We'll wait for a little while for people to jump in. Until then, we'll say, hi, I'm Dave, great U.S. treasure hunt guy. What a day. The U.S. treasure hunt landed in Las Vegas, and we found a winner that we'd already found. We found him a year and a half ago in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then we found him again today. It's Tony Nicer, who, with his family's support in Jersey, he's a truck driver. He drove all the way across the country. He made sure his routes mapped out so that he would be in Las Vegas for the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. I met him at Bellagio and in the conservatory yesterday with a candlestick. And he's like, yeah, I'm ready to win. And, we had 2,000 entrants. 4 days ago, we were at 1,000 subscribers. And in the last minute, people, I guess, were just waiting to jump in there. Hopefully, everyone can hear me, and I'm not saying nothing. What that is. So if you can't hear me, let me know. And so anyway, we had 2,000 people. Met Tony at the Bellagio, and I said, hey, good luck. Figured he had absolutely no chance whatsoever. We had 1,000 people that had just joined in within the last 3 or 4 days. We've had hundreds signing up slowly, but then in 3 days to have an extra 1,000 people sign up, and now you've got 2,000 people playing. The odds are just not in his favor. There's no way Tony Nicer is going to be the winner of the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. It's just not going to happen. Why? Because I knew which puzzle was the one. It was the poem about watching our star go down. It's Sunset Park. It's specifically tailored, that puzzle, to be a local solution, so that a local resident would look at that and they go, oh, watching our star go down, that's Sunset Park. There's a pond there. I know exactly where that is. Boom, let's go. Not for a guy to drive all the way across the country from Jersey in a truck with a dog and be parked there and have friends and family going through all the puzzles. He says they were jumping back and forth. They're doing the Sudoku. They thought that looked too complicated. And then the poem was so simple, it caught his eye. Beforehand, he had read and memorized all of the parks in the city parks in Las Vegas. And so when he saw star go down, he thought sunset. There's a Sunset Park, which is literally on one corner of the airport, where the Bellagio is basically at the other corner of the airport. As the crow flies, they're only 6 miles apart. So he was parked at MGM Grand, which is right there, in his truck, took off, and I've got the numbers here. The emails finally went out at 11:56. There's some hair gone because I said it's going to be between 10 and 11. It went out at 11:56. There's a story about that. He rolled into the park and found the item at 12:18. I got there as he was getting there. He was approaching from one angle. I was approaching from another. I didn't know it was him. I was way off in the distance so that I couldn't be seen. And I saw a guy way off, a quarter of a mile away. If you're my age, never sprint a quarter of a mile holding a duffel bag that has a bunch of prizes in it and stuff. It's not good for your health. So I'm way far away. I didn't want anyone to see me. I've got my phone up next to my head and I've got a hat down, perfect disguise. And I'm very, very far away from the pond, but I've got a shot at it. I can look and I can see. And I saw a guy go up to a bench with a dog and he's bending under like he's looking for something. I'm like, holy crap. I barely got here in time. My over-under of 90 minutes, I had severely curtailed for myself. I wanted to be right there. As it turns out, related to the email mess, I wasn't right there. Anyway, I got there just before Tony. Quarter of a mile away, I can see that he's won. He's got a dog. I don't know it's Tony because he's too far away, and I'm looking like this. I'm like, who is that? That's a guy? He's got a COVID beard, but literally everyone on the planet has a COVID beard. I had to shave mine for for reasons. So it's a guy with a dog with a COVID beard, and I figure, okay, great. And I'm sprinting with my duffel bag, running on the north end of the pond. And it's not until I get to probably within 200 feet of him, I realize, holy, it's Tony Nicer. Where did the dog come from is the first thing I thought. How does he have a dog is the thought that's running through my mind as I'm out of breath and running even closer toward him. And I've got my phone out trying to record as I'm running too. That's phone in one hand, duffel bag in another hand, thoughts running through my head. How does he have a dog? That's the first thing. How does he drive here from New Jersey with a dog? He didn't mention the dog before when we were at the Bellagio. He didn't say, hey, my dog's parked outside up on the top level of the garage. But anyway, it turns out he's a truck driver, had managed his routes. He's always with the dog. The dog is named Rory. She's a good girl. She is not a brass sniffing dog, as I was led to believe. He actually found the coin on his own. But when I finally got to within sight of the fact that I knew it was him, I'm like, okay, how does he have a dog? And second, damn, why did he have to win? He is a great guy, but if you're organizing a treasure hunt and you've had 4 people win a year and a half ago, you really don't want one of those 4 people to win again. You want to kind of spread it around, and you especially don't want someone to win if they've just seen you the day before, because 100% there are people out there going, okay, well, Dave told him where it was. Dave met him at the Bellagio. First of all, if I was going to tell him where it was, I wouldn't have put a video on saying, hey, look, then now you're thinking reverse psychology. He wouldn't have said. He put it on there because he did tell him. Absolutely 100%. I did not tell Tony Nicer where the thing was. I was 100% sure this was going to be a local person. 3 of the 6 teams that showed up literally within the first half hour after the hunt, 3 of those 6 teams were local teams who had seen it on the news and had signed up within the previous 24 hours. One lady, this would have been the best scenario. A lady shows up minutes late, and she's a local, and she had seen it on the news the night before. And her name is Jennifer Steele. My name's David Steele. So you'd think, oh, Dave's one of his family members is here. Fantastic. Dave, it's a ringer, Jennifer Steele. No, that's her married name. She has an ex-husband. Anyone want to have one guess as to what Jennifer Steele's ex-husband is named? If anyone out there said David Steele, you take home the prize, and maybe you'll win something in Los Angeles because you're a step ahead of me. Jennifer Steele, who finished second in the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt in Las Vegas, saw the thing on the news the previous night, had just registered, hustled down, was just a few minutes late. Tony was just a few minutes faster, and Jennifer Steele, ex-wife of not this David Steele, came up just a little bit short, as did third place then Mike Cowling and his wife Capro. They do a treasure hunting website show. They were just a few minutes after that. They were right on the hunt. I'll be, I think, interviewed by them on their show on the Cowlazars, Lazars channel. We'll be talking tomorrow night. I will be from a different undisclosed location, as I will be back. Wait, is it tomorrow? What's today? Today's Saturday. It's Monday night. I'm not frazzled at all. It's Monday night that I will be interviewed by Mike and Capro on their channel. They live here in Vegas, and they were this close. They were this close to being the first winners back when Beth Hovanek and Nancy Zitko teamed up to find the Z. They were actually at El Dorado Park, missed the silver Z. They refer to themselves as the 1-foot searcher, meaning they came a foot away from it and didn't find it. And then Nancy came along, made history, and found the silver Z. And now they were third in this hunt. So they finished second, they finished third. And I told them, third time's the charm. The next time the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt has a hunt that is in Las Vegas, I'm rooting for Mike and K-Pro. I'm not going to give them any solutions, but they finished second, they finished third. Next time, maybe the gold medal for Mike and K-Pro. So I'm going to put the glasses on and see what we've got in the chat. If there are any questions, let's take a look, shall we? Congrats on a successful treasure hunt, Dave. Dustin White says, I can't stay. Just want to say congrats to you all and good night. So Dustin White says good night. Hey, nighty night, Dustin. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. All right, we've got some people in. Let's tell the story of the emails, and let's tell the story of how much Dave wanted this to go as smoothly as it possibly could. I didn't want the coin to be found early. I got here a day before I was telling everyone that I would be there. I said I was going to arrive on Friday. I got here on Thursday. I went and retrieved the coin. It had clearly not been disturbed for 19 months because it was all weathered on one side and nice and shiny on the glue side. So I took it, flipped it around, put the glue on the weathered side. I got all the email stuff set up. It's a process. You can't just... GoDaddy's program doesn't just gather the emails in and then say, hey, you want to send a mass email? Write a mass email and hit send, and we'll send it to everybody. Instead, what it does is it makes you export all of your contacts to an Excel file or a CSV file. Once you've exported it, you have to just write back into the GoDaddy program, the email program, literally out and then right back in, but you've got to do it manually. They have not figured out how to have the computer do it. So I export it, I import it, and we go from having 1,400 to 2,000 registrants in the last day. Between midnight and 7 a.m., which is, well, actually it was between 2 a.m., I think is when I finally may have gotten to sleep, 2:30. I had done a process, and then I got up around 7. I was dreaming about a treasure hunt. I got up and I'm like, oh, today's the day of the treasure hunt. I slept 4 hours. I did the process again at about, I want to say 7 or 8 o'clock. So if you registered after that time, tough. We warned you enough. If you waited till 8:30 on the day, you can play next week. You don't get it. So anyway, I did the process. We were over now 2,000. How many did we get? We had 2,030 emails sent. 1,992 players were accepted. The rest were blocked because of either bad email addresses or spam filters closed up or whatever it was. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story there. We had over 2,000 registrants, and we're just going to go up and up and up from there. So this was your best chance to win. It doesn't mean you can't win, because Tony's not playing next week. Next week, we're going to be in Los Angeles. We're going to be on Sunday, and it is your perfect chance to partner with someone in Los Angeles. It's a big town. You've got a 50-mile radius from the Hollywood sign where it will be, and there are 5 puzzles. This time, it's not going to be just one puzzle. All 5 puzzles will be useful in some way. One of those 5 puzzles will be more useful than the rest. There you go. It is possible that only one puzzle could solve the entire thing, but all 5 puzzles will be helpful in some way. I'll also let you know that at some point during the next 5 hunts, a word search will be the winning puzzle, the puzzle that unlocks everything. A Sudoku will be a puzzle that unlocks everything. And a Polybius square absolutely will be one of the puzzles that will unlock everything. So over the next 5 weeks, word search, Polybius square, and the other thing that I said that I can't remember, Sudoku, 100%. All 3 of those types of puzzles will be used over the next 5 weeks. So now, continuing the email story, we had a short detour there, just like I had a short detour with the emails. I tested everything. I sent pre-emails with pictures in them to make sure that when I sent a JPEG out with the mass email, that the JPEG, multiple JPEGs, yes, it accepts multiple JPEGs. I'm in a location about 15 minutes away from Sunset Park. I thought there was a percentage chance, a not zero chance, that if I sent the email from this location, I would not be able to get to Sunset Park before our finder got there, whoever the finder was. And I was close. There were 6 groups there that nearly beat me there, because Tony showed up first, but my ex-wife, Jennifer Steele, showed up 3 minutes later. Mike and K-Pro were there 2 or 3 minutes after that. There was like 3 more groups within, here's 5 minutes, here's another 3 minutes, here's another 5 minutes. So I was that close to like being the 4th person there, and I knew where it was hidden. So I'm 15 minutes away. I figure, smart. I'm going to get closer to the park to send the email. Where's a place that has free Wi-Fi? What place is known for its crappy, expensive coffee and its Wi-Fi? Starbucks, and it's everywhere. There's a Starbucks in literally every place. On every corner of everything in the world, there's a Starbucks. So I go to the directions of Google Maps. I say, Sunset Park, directions from Starbucks. Where's there a Starbucks? Literally across the street from Sunset Park. So I cleverly think to myself, I'm going to drive over to Sunset Park at about 10:30, because I was never going to send the email out right at 10. There's going to be some nail biting going on, right? But I figured 10:30 would be the time. I had everything set up on the computer. All the conversion was done. The file was open to send. I only had to press the send button and everything would go out. I had 2 phones set up, one with Facebook, one with Twitter messages ready to go. As soon as I hit the send message, boom, phone number 1 goes Facebook, phone number 2 goes Twitter, and everyone knows instantly if you've been following anything. I go into the Starbucks. I stroll in. There's 2 people sitting down. One guy is like doing satellite. He's controlling the James Webb telescope, probably, because he's got literally 17 cables coming out and going in onto his table, and multiple monitors. I've never seen anything like it. And then there's a lady on a computer over there, and I get the one in the middle. Plug in, turn on the computer. It's a Mac. Why not? I've got the mouse all plugged in. I've got the keyboard plugged in. I don't need a microphone. I just need to have the computer start up, press one button, and I can stroll to the park. It's right across the street. The screen comes up. I get a whirling wheel. Searching for network connection. Now, I'm not going to do this for 25 minutes, but my Mac sure did. Searching for network connection. Okay, escape, control this, control that, command this, option this, start Googling where the hell do I go to get past this stupid whirling, spinning thing of death. You see how there was an F word coming out there? I self-censored, I know. So anyway, I'm in the fucking Starbucks with the fucking wheel of death spinning around, and I know I've only got 1,000 or more people waiting for me, and I am stress level up here. I don't want to disappoint one person, much less 1,000 people. And I know I've got more than 1,000 people waiting for me. So finally, I mean, literally the wheel of death, I could have found this. I didn't find the solution. Packed the computer up, back out to the rental car, back to the undisclosed location here, put the thing on the counter, plugged back in, and then a black screen comes up that says something about Zoom views, that usually when that comes up, there's a little exit button at the lower corner of the screen. I scroll down, I hit the exit button. That screen goes away and my desktop comes up. This time it doesn't. This time, Google this onion story. Dave's got a right to be angry, says Cosmos. Area man believes universe is plotting against him. It's a story from about 10 or 12 years ago. It'll show up if you Google area man thinks universe is against him. Dave's got a right to be angry, says Cosmos. Because I've dealt with the whirling screen of death and the fucking Starbucks that the only thing they're known for is Wi-Fi and shitty overpriced coffee. Now I'm driving hauling ass back over 15 minutes to this undisclosed location. And instead of the whirling screen of death, I've got the Zoom view screen that doesn't have the little button that says exit in the lower corner. Holy God, kill me now. If I had a sharp knife here, if I had had access to these scissors, this would be a dead stream because I would have been dead. So I persevered, just like that lady who made a political case of persevering. I persevered. I hit reset. I plugged the mouse in. I thought maybe the mouse isn't charged. I'm going to plug the mouse. I'm going to charge the mouse. I'm not getting a mouse low battery. I'm not getting that. I'm going to do it anyway. I plugged the mouse in. I'm praying. I'm doing friggin' stuff with the keyboard. Finally, the little blue exit thing pops up on the third or so reboot. The screen opens up. The button is there. I push the button. I send the thing. I immediately leave the computer. I can't leave the computer behind. I have to make sure it sends. I stand up. I'm ready to go. The car is already running. I can see that it sent 200. Like this, it sent 250 emails out of 2030. It says, or 1992, 250 of 1992. I'm ready to go. And I know it takes 2.5 minutes to send because previously it took 2.5 minutes to send. So I know it takes 2.5 minutes intellectually because it did that on the previous one. But I'm ready for it to go now. And so I'm watching it, and it's not advancing from 250. It did 250 emails almost immediately, and then it seemed to freeze, which was kind of the order of the day of the morning. If you have thousands of people waiting for you, why not have something freeze up? It leaped to 497 to 739 to 1,000 and change, and suddenly they were all gone. Bam! I'm out. I'm driving like a bat out of hell. I'm hurrying on 15. I'm off on the airport exit. I'm down Cactus or whatever the hell, Paradise, down Sunset, parking in the parking space, got my duffel bag, got my phone, hiding. I'm approaching from the wrong side so that no one can see me. And sure enough, I get there right before Tony. So all of you in chat and everyone who watches this video and says, holy, that guy's crazy. That guy's nuts. Yes, I went crazy for an actual determined amount of time. If I was pointing this at me throughout the day, the therapist could, gauge at when the craziness level was at maximum. And it probably had to do with, not having sharp implements around me. But anyway, congratulations to Tony Nicer on winning the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. Unbelievably, with his dog, Rory. He's not going to be in Vegas, everyone, so you're going to have a shot at it. He will be in Austin, Texas, as will be both Beth Hovanek and her partner in crime, Nancy Zitko. They're going to be in Austin, too. It's truly going to be a juggernaut battle of the ages when we're in Austin in 2 weeks. Two of the heavy hitters from the earlier version of the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt are going to be there. Who's going to win Los Angeles? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. I'm not going to fucking Starbucks. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to figure something else out. I'll go to some other internet cafe, and I will test it long before I'm not just going to go in and open up and then go, oh, there, it works. I'm going to go in advance. I can't believe I didn't test it. You know why I didn't test it? Because Starbucks is only famous for two things: overpriced coffee and Wi-Fi. That's all they're famous for. How could it go wrong? But it went wrong. I sincerely apologize to over 1,000 of you who are waiting there, probably refreshing your email. That douchebag Dave, he's pulled hijinks. He's saying psych somewhere. Dave is laughing at us. Dave was not laughing. There was no laughter from Dave today until finally we got there and we had some winners and we had some fun. But holy crap. What an hour. It was the worst. And I apologize sincerely again. It's going to go much smoother from now on because we ain't going to Starbucks. Starbucks will not be sponsoring the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. If we ever end up making this a show and it gets to a network and it gets to anywhere other than YouTube, Starbucks, right off the list, never open as a sponsor. Never. Unless they throw a shitload of money at us, then this video comes down, no one ever sees it, and it's the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt sponsored by Starbucks because, we're going to have to sell out if that's what we're doing. All right, well, I've got a whole bunch of people in chat. Once again, I apologize. The rant is over. Here we go. What do we got? Sarah says, what a great surprise. Obsessed Jared, will the solutions to the other 4 puzzles be published? Was there even a solution to the Las Vegas movies puzzle? Many puzzles were distractors. There will be a show with Chrissy Mayer. Chrissy is going to be interviewing our pal twice now. And now I can't even remember his name, Tony Nicer. The winner's so nice, he won it twice. Tony Nicer will be interviewed by Chrissy Mayer. We're going to put together an 8-minute show, 7 or 8 minutes. Every single puzzle will be discussed in that show. Tony's going to talk about his journey during his interview with Chrissy. We're not going to tell anything about the Starbucks journey in that interview, but we'll tell a little bit about the state of Nevada, Las Vegas, how well they've treated us. Treasure hunts in general. We'll be more specific about this particular hunt, and we will absolutely run down all the clues. Probably not run down the nightmare that was the hour of literally trying to push one button to send an email to a couple thousand people. Had it ready to go, couldn't get the job done when push came to shove. I wish someone were here to push me at the time, but there wasn't. There was just me and the stupid computer. I'm not blaming the computer. I love the computer. I love Macintosh computer. So if Apple, you want to sponsor, I'm not blaming you for the whirling screen of death. I know 100% that was some deficiency on the hated people at the Starbucks Corporation. Starbucks and their overpriced coffee. Call us. We'll take this video down if the price is right. All right, what's up next? Bing bong. Mike Cowling, Cowlazar says, thanks for the treasure hunt, Dave. Santino Guerrero, I noticed during the word search when looking at unmarked numbers spelled out not the one. Indeed, Santino, that was the actual solution to the word search puzzle. When you have the leftover letters, it does spell out with no anagrams needed, not the one. So as soon as you see that, you go, oh crap, I just did a word search for no reason. It's not the one. It just wasted my time. By the time you finished it, Tony was already there. Did you sign into the SB Wi-Fi? Couldn't sign into any Wi-Fi because the computer had the whirling screen of death. There was no screen to sign onto. The computer came on, immediately went to the whirling screen of death, checking for network connection, checking for network connection, checking for network connection. That was my life for the 25 minutes I was in the Starbucks. No coffee was purchased. They earned no coffee today. Your other option would have been to set up a personal hotspot using your phone. Probably, but I'm not a big tech guy. So, plus, if I had set up the personal hotspot, the friggin' thing still would have spun. I don't know. This is why I'm going to kill myself later. All right, a Wi-Fi hotspot would work. Okay, Mike just piles on. Why? Oh, everyone has the solution. Wi-Fi hotspot. Okay, next time I'll look up Wi-Fi hotspot and I'll know how to do a Wi-Fi hotspot from my friggin' phone instead of from the Starbucks server where it should be. That's what they're known for. I'm not known for having a Wi-Fi hotspot. That's what Starbucks is known for. That's why you go in there. To sign on the thing, press the button, purchase a muffin, which I would have done, because once the button is pushed, I can be across the way to the park in 40 seconds. I would have purchased a muffin and daintily ate my muffin while waiting for someone to show up, instead of speeding like a bat out of hell down the 15 in Paradise and Sunset. Ay. Okay, maybe next time we look into the Wi-Fi hotspot, but it's not going to be the friggin' Starbucks, that's for sure. Jeff Kessler says he's here. Hey, probably not Jeff is here. Jay Kessler, that's our guy. He never shows up. Where's he going to be during the August hunt? Is he going to be in Austin, Texas, like he should be, like the guy who is the president of the company should be in Austin? I mean, you figure you're going to be in Austin. You know, maybe Kessler should be there. He lives there. He's a realtor there. He sells houses there. Where's Jeff Kessler going to be during the August hunt? He's going to be in Hawaii. That's where he's going to be. Jeff Kessler's going to be in Hawaii. Not a quarter of the globe away. We're going to have the treasure hunt literally within 50 miles of his house. I'm scheduling a vacation. When's it going to be, Jeff? This weekend of the thing. You'd realize that's the weekend we're doing the treasure hunt in Austin, right, Jeff? I got the tickets, though. Can't change them. All right, whatever. Let Dave do it. Let me put the glasses on. All right, here we go. Hey, Nancy Zitko's in the house. Nancy, we missed Nancy at the park. We'd expected Nancy to be part of the SWAT team, and we thought that Nancy Zitko would be swooping into the park. Didn't happen. Hopefully we can connect tomorrow. And I owe you a book. I owe you a hard copy book. I saved one. It's in the duffel bag. There's the infamous duffel bag right there that I was running through Sunset Park with a bunch of booklets that I gave away, except not the one for Nancy. All right, what do we got? Great hunt. Congrats to everyone who showed up at Sunset, and a consolation of those who went to Lorenzi. So apparently the whole SWAT team decided Lorenzi Park was the way to go. Sadly, it wasn't. The key line there was the Meadows, translates into Las Vegas. Las Vegas means the Meadows, which is why this was supposed to be a local solve. Yes, it's a nationwide hunt, but you folks in Vegas had an advantage. You know what the Meadows means. It means Las Vegas. The Meadows is a place to watch our star go down. When you watch our star go down, that's at Sunset Park, and everything else was just straightforward. North end of the pond, 2 benches, water pipe flowing nearby, only one possible location it could be. There are 2 benches at the north end of the pond, and the water pipe is coming out. 100%. If you were at Sunset Park, you would have known there. Okay, what do we got? Tiffany Russian, the word search was pretty entertaining, says Tiffany. Well, thank you. We aims to please. I'm sorry about the delay. Mike says the delay was fine since the Facebook groups kept us updated on the delays. I'm sure everyone was. I hate that. I'm sorry for everyone doing wasted over an hour of people's life. Tammy says she found the Velcro. So Tammy got there in time, not to find the coin, but to find the little piece of Velcro that it's the mate to this, because that's the other mate part to this is on the Vegas coin that Tony found. And the original Velcro is still under the bench unless Tammy took the Velcro. And now she's got her own little weird trophy of, yes, I went into Sunset Park and I stole the Velcro. Those of you, if you do go to El Dorado Park and look under one of the picnic benches, there is an @ there. It's a silver @ If you want to tweet at us, you get no prize. It's just kind of a GPS thing, a geocaching thing, except it's not geocaching because I'm telling you where it is. It's at El Dorado Park under a picnic bench. Take a selfie with it. Spin that camera around. Look under the picnic bench. Send us a picture of that, as many as you can get, as many of you that we would like over the years. Hopefully it stays there for a long, long time. And every once in a while, we'll have someone send us a picture. Hey, I'm in Vegas. I went up to El Dorado Park. That would be cool. Okay, anyway, you've heard my rant, which We're 34 minutes into the live stream. If I didn't rant for at least 25 of those minutes about friggin' Starbucks, then when I watch this back, I'm going to put a timer on it. If I didn't do a 20-minute rant against Starbucks, I will be highly disappointed in myself because they wasted way more. Me checking network connection, checking network. You know, the Starbucks logo is a mermaid that wants to get laid. She's spreading her tail like this. What's that about? Like, and she's holding on to, and her tail is all spread out. What kind of porny logo is that? The Starbucks logo of a horny, porny, want to get laid mermaid. That's what Starbucks is. Again, Starbucks, for a little bit of this, you can be the host of the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt. It's the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt sponsored by Starbucks. I will take this down. I will disavow it completely. I'll say it's a deep fake if someone happens to screen capture any of this stuff, but that's it. Hey, guys, thanks a lot. We have another video that says thank you to Tony and features some of the other people that were there. And at the very end of the video, we were able to get some pictures of them. We'll be talking to Mike on the Calazars program on Monday night. I promise not to rant against Starbucks more than is necessary, which maybe another 5 minutes might be necessary once we hook up with Mike and K-Pro. Again, thanks for being here. Good luck in Los Angeles. Good luck in Austin. Good luck in New York City. Good luck in Asheville, North Carolina. Good luck in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Is Milwaukee in Wisconsin? I guess it is. Where's Kessler from? Kessler's from Wisconsin. So we're going to send Kessler to Milwaukee. He's been there. I'm not going to Milwaukee. I'm going to heads up right now. I'm going to all these other places. If he's going to Hawaii, he's going to have to go back to Milwaukee. That's the penalty. The penalty for enjoying Hawaii is you get stuck going back with family. There you go. Fate worse than death. All righty. Speaking of which, fate worse than death, I'll be with family this week, starting tomorrow. I leave and go back to my beloved family. It's not a fate worse than death. I'm going to get to see my niece and nephew and my sister in the LA area. Gee, why did we choose LA as one of those locations other than it's one of the largest cities? Also, yeah, I got free lodging in the LA area, so I'll be back there and we'll see maybe one of you 12 massive people who... Did I do any clues tonight? I didn't, but I did a clue at the end of last live stream. If any of you hung on to the very, very end of that live stream last night, it was the only clue we gave to anyone at any time, and it was just a visual clue. At the very end of the live stream, I said something like, hey, thanks, guys. We haven't given any clues unless they're unintentional, blah, blah, blah. Peace. And that's how we ended the live stream. We hadn't given any clues up until then. That very last gesture was a sort of clue. If you had hung until the end of the live stream, this told you which clue you would focus on. It would be clue number 2. It wasn't an accidental gesture. So if you're one of the very few people that saw the live stream yesterday, because I don't think the recording got the last few seconds of it, but I ended with peace. I don't know what order the puzzles come in next week, but all 5 are significant. One is more significant than the others, but all 5 will be used, can be used in some way. And once again, we're going to do a variety of puzzles. And again, there will be a word search, a Sudoku, and a Polybius square that will figure into the solution heavily in the next 5 weeks. All 3 of those puzzle styles will be used as the key puzzle. All right, this is enough for me. I have ranted long enough. I can feel myself waning. Thank you very much, everyone, for putting up with me and putting up with the slow rollout and the slow emails. It will not happen again next week. 100%. We're going to get your emails to you when we say we're going to get them to. If we say between 10 and 11, next time, we're not going to try and send them at 10:30. We'll try and send them at 10. Anyway, thanks, everyone. Congratulations, Tony Nicer. He's on the road again somewhere, literally driving his truck to his next destination. He is on a route right now, making money. He said he blew more than $1,000 at the MGM Grand. So congratulations, Tony, on at least winning some of it back. And we'll see, hopefully, some of you in Los Angeles, in Austin, in New York City, in Asheville, North Carolina, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I will say good night. It's the end of a very long day. Please subscribe for more ridiculous live streams like this. And if you have not subscribed to Chrissy Mayr's channel, go over and subscribe to Chrissy Mayr. She will have the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt Show. Once we edit it together, it'll be about 8 minutes long or so. The interview with Tony and the explanation of all the puzzles, et cetera, almost like a real show, not like some crazy lunatic who's ranting at you from an Airbnb. All righty. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night tonight. Drive safe and go to any place but Starbucks.